that applause is for you guys. Like I said,
because y'all know we've been consistent
in the world.
If anybody been consistent, man, we've been consistent.
We're here, man. Crocs and Socks, episode 15. We are tuning in for the good people who listen on the other side. All right, so thank y'all for tuning in to Crocs and Socks, the podcast. The house rules have been covered. As you can see, we came in with high energy because that Kendrick, man, they not like us.
Because they not like us.
They not like us.
They not like us.
God,
they not like us.
I want to know. Where are we? Let's go ahead and let's start off here. Where are we in this battle in your eyes?
Man, look here, man. Hey, we gotta pick up where we left off. Where we left off at for our Crocs and Socks listeners. You know,
talk to me.
We had a feeling. I think I told you guys when we got up out of these chairs, when we got up out of this couch last time. I told y'all, something was gonna drop.
Yeah,
and man, it been World War III. When I tell you, man,
it's almost more than
we gotta pick up. So we got to pick up where we left off at with Family Matters. We got to pick up where we left off with Family Matters because when I tell you, I felt like that was Drake's bomb. I felt like that was his nuke. I felt like he was holding that in the tuck. I like how he left the last diss, the first diss. I like how he left us on the edge for the cliffhanger. I like that. I like how it came back in. And he continued where he came from. I've emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. You mentioned my seed and I deal with his dad. I gotta go bad. I gotta go bad. Yeah. Man. When I heard this where I was at. When I heard this where I was at. When I heard this where I was at, I was so amped, man. I'm talking about like, and first thing I do, I go over the act. He go live.
Okay.
We lit. I'm feeling it. I'm in the living room. It's like 12 a.m. I'm like, yo, Drizzy did it. He came back. He did what the fuck he was supposed to do.
You called this. You called a lot of action. And here we are with a lot of action.
Now, and that's why I'm glad we document this.
Now, Family Matters dropped.
Yeah.
And you say you feel, I'm sorry, Family Matters dropped there. And you say you feel like that was a nuke.
What was you doing? Was you sleep?
No. I did just happen to pop in on social media, scroll a little bit, and I saw that. You see that font in that background, it really, it takes you back to that original Family Matters. But then I unmuted, the photo or the video.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, but you said earlier that you thought that was a nuke.
I feel like I thought he felt that was the nuke.
Okay.
Because you got to see how he came at it. Like, okay, boom, you gonna do Euphoria. Now I'm about to drop on you.
Okay. So you feel as if
that was his response to Euphoria.
We got a friend here with us.
Yeah. That was his response. That was his response to Euphoria.
But to call that, even if Drake was thinking of that as a nuke, Drake had something else queued up. If I'm about to drop a nuke, I may have. I mean, what's left after a nuke?
Man, look here.
So if he really thought that was his nuke, what did we get after Family Matters?
A fucking another nuke. Man.
No.
K-Dot stepped on it.
Yes.
K-Dot stepped on it.
Was prepared and ready.
Would meet the Grams.
Come on now.
Not 30 minutes later.
Come on now.
When I tell you.
Let's see what we got here.
When I tell y'all.
Where were you when Meet the Grams drop?
I was in the same place because that's how fast he dropped that shit.
Yeah.
I'm standing in the living room. I'm turned up. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
It just drops in a way that.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, you know what this is.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest.
Oh, Lord.
It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive.
No.
I look at him and wish your grandpa would a world condom. Woo. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind him. Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that
Crocs
affect
and Socks,
us
the
until we
podcast.
grown. Hey, you're a good kid.
We're giving it to you.
Good leadership. Let me be your mentor. Since your daddy don't teach you shit. Never let
Hey,
him
no. But
hey, man,
listen, nukes. I will say this. I don't know if Drake thought that was a nuke, but when it got to the level that Kendrick showed up and the first words out of his mouth was directed to your seed, we at World War VII level. Like, the first words out of his mouth were directed to Drake's son, Dear Adonis.
And
Ain't
now
that his
y'all,
name?
and now y'all see why, and now y'all see why the fuck J. Cole bowed out of this
That's
shit.
serious. That's serious.
Now everybody looking at J. Cole, and you have like the end of the movies as J. Cole continues to ride comfortably on his bike through New York City.
Jake, listen, Crocs and Socks fans, Crocs and Socks listeners,
Do y'all
you
feel
guys
like,
know exactly where I stand with the J. Cole situation. As this beef, this battle has proceeded further,
yeah,
I sit back as a fan of J. Cole, and I'm still upset with the way that it went down, but I am not upset with the sum total of what happened.
oh yeah,
Cole's sitting back right now watching two of the dopest MCs,
Yeah.
of course. He was willing to acknowledge that to some extent,
Yeah.
but tear each other down
Mm.
on a whole nother level that he's not having to necessarily deal with right now because he chose to gracefully bow out of this competition.
yeah.
So
And which is surprisingly because a lot of people at face value
Mhm.
thought that he might have been the softest, but now that speaks to a different tone, saying that he would already get intel to y'all can't even play with me like that. I'm out.
yeah.
I'm cool on this battle shit.
Don't you got some intel on how that went down? Oh, you don't want to? What you?
Oh man,
I mean, it's up to you.
it's obvious that TDE.
Mhm.
You got members of TDE who's close with Cole, man, because J. Cole was actually had the Dreamville. He had the Dreamville festival here,
Okay.
and Schoolboy Q was a part of the festival also.
Mhm.
So it's rumored that Schoolboy Q really put his arm around Bro and basically told him like, "Yo, this is some shit you don't want to get into."
This is about to go to a whole nother level. A
Yeah.
whole nother level. Oh, not that. Okay. No, my bad.
Speaking of that,
shots
shots
fired.
fired.
Shots fired.
Shots fired, man.
fired.
It's shots fired. Drake's house has been shot
Yes,
at, man.
yes.
In a drive-by shooting. Crocs and Socks listeners, man.
We don't want to see any of that. I'm not gonna automatically attribute what happened at Drake's house to the beef, but it
First
is.
of all, tell them what happened.
So what? Oh, Crocs and Socks. Let me inform you guys, because as NOVI Lee likes to say, we gonna give it up. All right.
we gotta give it
So,
up. Man. Pause.
I really don't know what happened. I will tell you what we've heard so far. So what we've heard so far is that Drake's security guard, who was standing on guard, you guys familiar with 187?
Yeah.
187. It was a drive-by at the front of Drake's house. The guard that happened to be outside on duty was shot.
Got hit.
Yeah, I think he's in critical condition.
Critical condition still as we speak, man.
Yes. So
Thoughts and prayers, man.
thoughts and prayers to that guy. And we want to say that we don't know that was tied directly to this beef. Excuse me. And Drake's address is well known. A lot of people know Drake's address.
But see, the thing about
Supposedly
it is,
they want to make this place a monument in Canada. Like people know where Drake's house is. So it's not like you can say because it was on this album art or whatever that you want to call what Kendrick did.
yeah.
You can't just say, oh, they got the address there because Kendrick released it.
Well, by
some
law,
people were trying to say that. So
by law, if you ask me, I feel like that's a situation where it could go terribly wrong for Kendrick and his camp. If you want to be honest, that was very irresponsible.
what exactly? Hold on, we got to get specific.
Because,
What was
I don't know if you
irresponsible?
ever heard of those situations or scenarios where they tell you, okay, you don't like this person.
Mhm.
They don't like you. We don't care if a plane falls out of the sky and it lands on them. You did it. And I'm not saying this is that kind of situation, but to be honest, it could be.
Yeah, but
It could easily become this
I guess
kind of
I'm not gonna say.
situation.
Well, my argument is not
You
that
know.
it can't be that. My argument is
Because
why
I can't release a
my
picture of
argument-
your house.
Listen.
No. 'Cause
If,
I
now,
feel
if
like
your house was
you're-
private, if this wasn't already Googleable,
But not
I
everybody's
would
house,
understand that.
everyone's home's Googleable.
okay. So yeah, I
Can
think
it-
we just
so,
punted that
like-
Crocs and Socks. Hold on, we can't walk away from
Googleable.
that. Googleable. That's Crocs and Socks exclusive. Jot that one down.
So if we strip the fame, we strip the stardom from it, and we put me and you in a situation to where me and you don't like each other, and I release any kind of merch, or music, or art, or anything
I think that's right.
with your
I think that's rough.
address. Listen, with your address, and someone shoots your house up, you can't tell me that that wouldn't build grounds to
This is what I say.
look into.
That would give the authorities the grounds to investigate that. But if literally it has nothing to do with that, it'll show instantly. This happened in a whole nother country.
Yeah.
Like his store, supposedly the OVO store, and was vandalized. So you got
what?
So you got
with what?
I'm not sure.
With the man's damn lyrics.
With Kendrick's lyrics.
They not
okay,
like us.
I'll accept that.
Okay. So with that being said,
that sounds to me like
you're
a fan.
playing
That
with
sounds
fire,
to me like
man.
a fan. That sounds to me like a fan.
Yeah, but
who's
either
willing-
way it go, that's like
But
me.
you can't hold the artist responsible.
But
for
you
that.
can't be that irresponsible.
That's not.
I
we
feel
can't
like
do
you
that.
can't be that irresponsible
Bro,
to release
that's
that
like-
picture of that man's address and not think that fans will take it there. He's responsible in my opinion.
I can't put any blame on Kendrick for that.
I put the blame on
Well,
the whole
so
TDE
what if
camp,
we
bro.
what if we find out that this was a local joker and his crew
Now,
who
here we go.
decided
Now,
to 187 on Drizzy in the 6.
Okay, now
You can't
word
just
on-
say
word-
that it has
word on the
anything to
net.
do with Kendrick.
Word on the net is that Drake has problems with another group.
Drake has been robbed in Canada
And,
before, right? Correct.
Yeah, but that was in 2009. It's different.
All right,
He's-
but no. So
he's
this
at
has
a
happened
different-
before,
he's at a-
unrelated completely
but
to
he's
Kendrick,
at a
correct?
different celebrity
This has happened.
He's at a different
This has happened
status
before.
now.
So who was Drake beefing with back then?
He's at a different status now.
Who was he beefing with back then?
He wasn't.
With
he
this
wasn't who
logic,
he
we
is
can just
now.
go find out exactly who did it. We can find out who Drizzy was going at in his bars, and
But
that's
see,
who
you gotta look at word on the net is that Drizzy mentioned the Weeknd's affiliate Cash,
Okay.
and Cash is someone who well known in the 6, who could possibly be able to make that happen.
Okay.
So
So
at this point,
so that's enough.
it could be anybody.
My main question is, why are we so quick to jump to yes, they beefing right now? That's really happening. Okay, but I've heard others ask this question too. All right, there was another shooting at another home of someone else who was involved in this whole thing. Correct?
Who?
Didn't the Weekends somebody get shot or something like that?
No.
I think so.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
news
yeah.
to me. That's
So
news
so
to me.
so no one has said anything about maybe the Weeknd was retaliating him and his people.
That could be.
See what I'm? But
But I
that's
tell you who the fuck did retaliate with a back to back the next morning.
come on, man.
Kendrick with 616 in fucking LA, man.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. I don't know if I can appreciate that. I don't know that I can appreciate the play on that was the one when he played on if I was locked inside a pine box, right? Buried Alive?
No.
That's not when he played on Buried Alive?
No.
Oh, you talking about
616,
Kendrick's? Okay,
Kendrick,
I get them
616
confused because
LA.
those two.
See,
the
he
616,
dropped back to back.
The 616, the timestamp, and the play on the pine box song. Those two kind of get lost to me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
he
lie, they
dropped
really
back to
kind of get
back.
lost to me.
Yeah, he
But-
dropped back to back.
And
So-
I think the reason they get lost to me is just because I mean, when this right here dropped, what did it matter? What did it matter? And you can talk all that you want to about him dropping this photo with this man's address right there on Park Lane Circle
But that was a motherfucking
that
bang.
everybody already knew about. But this right here, undeniable.
When I heard this,
What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry
Bars
can
of the
hate me, fuck 'em
motherfucking
all
year.
and they mama. How many options you really
That's
got?
why
I
they
mean,
do
it's
it.
too many options. I'm finna
Bars of the
pass
week
on this
go to
body. I'm
Kendrick,
John
man.
Stockton.
Crocs and Socks,
Crocs
the
and socks,
podcast.
heat seekers,
Beat your ass
bars
in
of
the
the
face,
week.
heat
Seekers,
watching.
bars of the
They not like
Sometimes you
us.
gotta pop
They
out
not
them
like
niggas.
us.
Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walk him down,
I'm gonna
whole
let this
time.
rock
I know
for a
he got
second.
some hoe in him.
We might get red flag, but hey, nobody
Nah,
said
nah, nah.
Nobody said it's all
Kendrick
good.
just, Kendrick just missed the copyright.
You better not hit
Not
him.
after all that. Not after all that you was talking.
Hold on, it'll be fine.
To 'em and they in love.
Hey,
Just make sure you hide your
change the
little
not
sister
greatness.
from 'em.
Hotter.
They
We
tell
got the
you
whole
don't
damn
wanna
thing
get
right.
your
I
hand-me-downs
think
and party at
also
the party playing
I
with
said
his
this
hoes now.
I said this earlier off camera, but I think the music, the hip hop, is gonna start leaning towards West Coast sound.
Yeah.
I've watched them do the same thing with other genres. We sat back and just, I mean, some people are gonna say Beyonce had country already on the radar. What was the genre everybody was doing? Right, what was the album right before the country album. What was that genre called? They were called
Dance.
dance.
All music.
Nah, it's something else. It's man, it's,
EDM.
nah, it's escaping me right now. But it had its own little phrase for what they were calling Afro beats. Thank you. Afro beats to the what we're gonna call them boys in the back. Afro beats.
Yeah.
It started Drake.
Afrobeats, yeah.
Drake leaned towards Afro beats. That was almost a move towards that.
Oh, I remember a time where you couldn't go in the club without hearing the Afrobeat song.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
And I'm talking about that era was maybe like I want to say 2016ish, around like when when Drake dropped I want to say
something like that's
Views.
almost that's
when Drake dropped Views. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that Afro beats was basically what I'm saying when I when I say they start to migrate towards certain sounds. And I don't know that that's a bad thing, but I feel like it's definitely going to happen. But this sound right here, you better believe.
It's about time must have brought the day.
How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5.
Hey.
Devil is a lie. Here 69 God.
When I heard that, I
Devil
said,
is a lie.
now
Here,
this,
69
in my opinion,
Okay,
this is
let's
the
talk.
equivalent of once you start whipping a nigga ass, and your friends around, and you just start having fun with him. You just
you
start
doing too
throwing
much.
them
When you
around.
doing too much, you just got them up against the wall.
You just start throwing them
just-
around, knocking
That
them
one
over
extra
shit.
kick to the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendrick didn't even have to-
This is the equivalent of, hey nigga, huh, I told your
Too
ass
much.
not to
Too
fucking
much.
play with me.
Too much.
Huh? And look at you now, nigga.
Too much.
Look at
Too
you now,
much.
nigga.
Too much.
That was a look at you now moment.
For you, this the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club.
And he stated
Little
that.
baby help you get your Lego
Wood.
up. What 21 get your first
We're
street
gonna get
cred.
out of here soon, but I want to bring up one more thing. To me, the dopest set of bars throughout this whole battle, I don't know if you have one, but my dopest set of bars throughout this whole battle has been the one where he was talking about how allegedly Drizzy extorted Atlanta.
Ah, man.
Or no, not extorted.
He was a colonizer.
Colonized
Basically colonized
Atlanta.
Well, guess what? Houston, they feel your pain too because he colonized Houston also.
It was that was some was some deep.
You know, then he was doing the drill shit, colonizing the London, UK.
He
rap.
almost did it with the Chicago
know,
when he went. Listen,
Yeah, so I mean, but this was the thing. You can't look at him like that. And I don't want to defend him. I'm not defending him, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when it comes to art and the music,
Mhm.
it's all types of genres and it's all types of music. And I feel like that's a gift in itself whenever you can make music from different areas. That's like being able to be bilingual, you
Yeah.
know? That's
Yeah.
like being able to speak different languages. So don't let anybody confuse you into thinking that that's a bad thing that what bro did, because that's a talent in itself. That's somewhat like King Midas. That's a Midas touch when you can go to this city and work with these rappers. Go to this city, work with these rappers. Go to this city, Memphis,
That's
work
great.
with these rappers. But at the same time, in the art of war, it's about making whatever you do look cheesy. And I feel like that's what Kendrick was able to do. And I feel like we at a time in this battle to where that white flag might be either waved or because I'm not feeling what that nigga was putting down with the heart. I'm gonna be honest. And I feel like he should have came out and addressed those.
The Heart is the one I was speaking
allegations.
about earlier when he did the play on Buried Alive.
Well, no, that was another one. But
What?
See, yeah, that was an interlude.
See,
But yeah, exactly.
See,
So
it's,
he didn't
it's too
do
much
enough.
in there that I can't even.
So he didn't do enough.
Okay.
I feel like, in my opinion, I think he should have came back with the same approach Kendrick had. I think he should have came back with a lyrical song, and I think that next morning he should have came back with a club fucking banger, or that next night he should have came 12 o'clock struck. That should have been the club hit.
Yo, you know what I just realized? I feel like Kendrick's his strategy where he capitalized the most on his strategy is where he capped it all off with a smash hit. Like this song about to bop out. It's about to be the summer. It's school.
Yeah.
It's about to be summer. So
Yeah.
this is at least the song to start the summer.
This is gonna be my son's
It's at
walkout.
least the
This is
song
gonna
to
be
start
my
the
son's
summer, you know what I'm
walkout
saying?
song when
So-
he plays baseball coming up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be his walkout.
Yeah, I see him
song.
now. I see him now.
So-
I see him now walking to the plate.
They not
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah, I see him now walking to the plate.
Oh, nigga, he a freak.
Yeah.
Oh, man down. Call like
Oh,
Overland.
yeah.
Tell him breathe,
I
bro.
see it.
Nail a
I can
nigga
see
to
it.
the
I can
cross.
see
He
it.
walk around like Tizo. What's up with
Get him, Bam. Get him, Bam.
Yeah, man. Hey,
For
speaking
sure,
of the
man.
children, man, I want to shout out my youngest, man. She just had a birthday yesterday, Miss
Hey,
Millie Cash.
woo.
Yeah, shout out to Millie Cash.
Happy
man.
birthday,
Happy
Millie.
birthday, boo.
Happy birthday with her.
All right, but listen, we're gonna get out of this hip hop battle thing, cause man, it's consuming. It'll bring. I mean, Kendrick did it in a way, and that's the last thing. Kendrick made this a moment. I feel like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Drake's songs was part of the moment now, but in like just hindsight looking at it, Kendrick made this a real moment,
Yeah.
not just a back and forth whatever.
What creates a great song is when you hear it and you can remember where you were in that point of time.
Mhm.
When Back to Back dropped, I remember where I was. And the past few months,
Mhm.
I want to say years, we ain't been getting this kind of energy from rap. And I love it.
Yeah, this was great. This was great.
This was great.
I've
I
heard.
want to thank everybody who contributed too.
Yeah.
Ross,
Everybody.
everybody.
We can lean into the next phase of this battle and then get out of here if you want to.
Go ahead.
All right. As far as this hip hop stuff,
Go ahead.
the next phase of this battle, that I think is actually a refutable battle that's going on. I think this Rick Ross and Game could get interesting.
Ross won't respond.
No.
I don't think
You
he's
gotta
gonna
listen to me.
respond.
Early Ross. Let's talk early Ross. What's the first Ross song you heard?
I'm pushing it, push.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's say Ross get into his bag.
Yeah.
You know, now Game. Now, come on now, that's Game. Game will write a 5,000-minute song. You know what I mean, and still be ripping the whole song.
That's why.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why. I don't see Ross
But
responding.
Ross has this appeal, like this mainstream appeal, where Ross could do something kind of like what Kendrick just did with this hit, and just take it. You know how we are as a
Well-
like we. You know what I mean?
Well, you want to know what I think it is? I think it's a side play from Drizzy. I think Drizzy got in touch with Game.
y'all.
Cause you
next.
know Game fuck with Game fuck with Drizzy. I feel like Drizzy like,
Okay.
yo, this nigga keep playing with me. Game get him.
Okay.
Because nobody's gonna fuck with Game.
I'm
I'm gonna be real. Nobody is gonna fuck with Game.
I don't think so.
Nobody.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's gonna fuck with
we
Game.
was just gonna lean into that a little bit. You got any? We getting out of hip hop, Crocs and socks. We know y'all
Yeah,
want to
man, let's
stay
get
there.
into
We
sports,
keep it
man.
moving. Let's go. Let's talk about these Knicks, man. What's going on with the Knicks? What's up?
Man, I watched the game.
Yeah.
I watched the game. Well, hey, we still 2-1, Playboy.
Oh, I'm just saying. What talk to me. What happened?
Yeah,
What,
man.
the game.
Well, they played the
happened?
Pacers, and it was
Okay.
it was a really, really close game, man. It was a really close.
You remember
game.
the final?
It came all the way down to I think a 5-point difference, and it was down to the wire, man. And I haven't been that much of a sports fan growing up myself, but as of recently, having children in sports brought me to understand like the beauty and the joy of rooting for your team, man, and seeing that kind of teamwork. Speaking of that, man, Krishan Rock.
We can talk about. Shout out to our Crocs and Socks listeners that got kids that understand that feeling that you just dropped. That's a real feeling. So shout out to the parents out there. That's Crocs and Socks listeners. Y'all the best parents in the world. Let's
Take them
go.
trips, you go to practice, all that, man. That shit really matters, man.
But I heard you, Krishan Rock. I think I know where you about to go. Let's see what you got.
Man, Krishan Rock joined the women's football
I
league.
did see that. I want to give her one of these. I do. I want to give Krishan one of those because previously, anytime I saw her face on my scrolling through
was
social
negative.
media, it was absolutely negative.
Yeah, it was negative.
It was never positive.
It was
for a
never
little. It
positive.
was so to see. I was scrolling and it wasn't even like her playing football. The first thing I saw, it was like her on some workout stuff, right?
Yeah.
But you could tell she was going hard, and I remembered hearing.
I thought she was
that
gonna
she
be
used to be an
boxing.
athlete. I remember hearing.
Oh yeah, she used to
so
run
she
track.
used to run track.
She used
and
to
I
run
was
track.
like, dang, okay, maybe she get back to But then I saw the ad you talking about where she was playing football.
Yeah, man.
So like I said, man, shout out to Krishan Rock. Like every time I saw, I'm sorry, but every time I saw you on my timeline, it was negative.
and
I'm glad that you found a way to reverse that. And I hope nothing but the best for you.
And I agree with Blueface. That baby look like Charles Barkley.
What? You know what? Hey, listen, Crocs and socks, man. Oh man, no.
Hey, but you know what? We can't do this Crocs and socks this week. Oh, speaking of roast, did you see Tom Brady's roast?
Did you watch the roast? Listen, this is my interesting angle on the roast. First of all, shout out to my boy Andrew Schultz, one of my favorite comedians. You killing it.
Man,
from Brilliant Idiots. My boy Schultz, bro, you one of the best. And we definitely support you over here at the Crocs and Socks podcast. You did a great job. But aside from that,
we always watch Brilliant Idiots.
I've been watching
Brilliant Idiots for years,
now.
man.
Give it up.
And that shit motivated me to do my own
for
podcast.
sure. To be able to meet Charlamagne, our next goal, Schultz, we coming, we meeting you as well, bro. We're gonna shake your hand.
We'll get tickets to the show, man. When you come back out here,
yes.
We definitely should do that.
Charlotte, yes.
Your Charlotte show will be there, man.
But check this out. So Schultz did a great job, but at the beginning of the show, they laid out a guideline.
Yeah.
And a lot of the comedians didn't know about this until right when the show was about to start.
What was the guideline?
The guideline was pertaining to Robert Kraft. They could not talk about Robert Kraft and the situation at the massage parlors and all of that. Tom Brady himself was like, no, we're not doing that, right? Even though a lot of people don't understand why, because the way they did Tom Brady in the end, which is, but
me lay you a long time.
Yeah, but it's not really. But on that end,
talk about
what happened was one of the comedians got up and actually said something about this. And do you want to know what happened next?
What?
Tom Brady chastised this comedian.
What'd he say?
What'd
he do?
Listen, like literally got
I didn't
up.
see this, kid.
Literally got up and let him know, if you know what I mean. If it happens, this whole thing will be over with. Like that ain't happening. We're not going there with Robert Kraft and these allegations. Yeah. You understand? So I thought that was, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was boss. Like, imagine sitting in that situation, all these networks and people and celebrities, all this is coming
got
together.
Me all these rings.
All this is coming together.
This nigga got me all these rings. You think I'm about to let y'all say something about
that?
This
took
nigga?
a lot. That took a lot for Tom Brady in that moment to stand on business. You know what I'm saying?
Standing on business, man.
In front of all of those cameras, behind all those networks, and everybody that made that moment happen. That show was not going no further.
Yeah.
If they was gonna go in that direction, and then also, I don't know if you heard, there was a situation where Gronk like smashed the shot glass or something like that.
Yeah.
And pieces of the shot glass supposedly hit one of the ladies in the front row, and she was
lawsuit, ka-ching.
Yeah, I mean some Gronk.
Lawsuit.
You know how Gronk get down.
Ka-ching.
Yeah, but the roast itself.
Yeah,
I thought they did a great. I thought it was funny. It was good, bro. It was good.
I love it when I see
Kevin Hart. Shout out to Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, you did your thing, bro. Yeah. You did your thing, bro.
Yeah, man, I love it when I see the greats be with the greats and just do great shit. I love it, man.
Yes, man.
But we can't have a Crocs and Socks episode.
Shout out to the Crocs and Socks listeners. What you got for them? Let's go.
Crocs and Socks. Conspiracy of the week.
It's definitely that time. Listen, I'm slowly starting to love this part of the show, bro.
Oh, I love it.
I'm you know what? At first I was fearful of it because it's strong. Those conspiracies get deep.
Well,
you giving it up.
I love to do my due diligence, man. Because you talking to a conspiracy theorist, man. So I love it when I'm able to get that shit to y'all, man.
Well, now can I say this real fast before you get into it with me?
Go ahead.
I'm really on a conspiracy theory high right now because you know this. They don't know this yet. Crocs and Socks listeners, I'm giving you an exclusive. Just before we went on air. Literally minutes, moments, seconds before we went on air.
Yeah.
I look into the sky and I see a line of 15 to 30 multicolored lights, flashing lights, flying in order, just front to back, perfect line, straight across the night sky. We look at it in awe for about 3 minutes, right? 2-3 minutes in our skies, right?
I'm in the crib watching.
Listen.
Watching
you got to get out here. Something's happening.
Yeah, I get word.
So when we get out here,
and with UFO outside,
I'm calling it. It's unidentified to me.
I say, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? I run outside and guess what? It's a UFO outside.
I'm calling it a UFO. I don't know what it was.
You want us to
A
put the
string of
video?
li-
You want us to put? You want to put the video in the?
No, listen.
I can't.
I'm putting this out there.
Right there.
I'm putting this out there. I'm going ahead and say it. Drizzy trying to act
I'm
like
recording
he know what it is. He trying to act like it's Starlink behind. They don't know.
He's saying Starlink.
No, we ain't going with that, Drizzy. We saying UFO.
Can you show me what a
Show me,
Starlink
yeah.
satellite look
You
like?
gonna have to show us some evidence back there.
All right, man.
All right,
Yeah.
but well, until you do, we
getting word
UFO.
from the boys in the back, man. They
I'm sorry,
saying
y'all. I'm
it's
excited.
Starlink
I told you
satellite.
I'm on a conspiracy theories high. I think they exist.
but-
They do exist.
But hey, yeah, man.
They do
It's
exist.
some shit in the sky right now. But we're gonna, and I'm
My
glad.
bad.
you
I'm
brought
sorry,
that up.
conspiracy theorist
this
fans.
the time to bring that up, though.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Because this week's
you want to get back. You want to get back.
conspiracy
Hold on, I'm gonna let you get back. Go ahead. Go back.
This week's Conspiracy of the Week.
It's a lot sadder. It's a lot sadder, man. It's scary now, man. Because guess
Scary
what?
times.
It's spooky. It's
Spooky hours.
Another one.
Dark waters.
Another one just died, man.
Another
Boeing whistleblower
Oh man.
is
man.
dead.
Listen,
Yo.
I feel like I told you this off camera. I'm gonna say it right now.
Go ahead.
If I know something, don't worry, cause I'm not telling. The percentage of people who know something, who go tell. Go ahead.
That's $1 billion secret,
What
man.
happened? Talk to him. Tell him.
That's $1 billion secret. In your mind, you gotta ask yourself, how much money did these two people cost Boeing to end up dead?
So now, what exactly did they? Do you know? Exactly?
Well, this person ended up dying from a unknown illness,
okay.
and they was hospitalized.
It's more like a poisoning or something like that.
More like
something
a poisoning,
like that. Okay.
man. More like a poisoning.
Okay.
And they
R.I.P.
said the suspect was they said the deceased victim was hospitalized about a week before, and it mysteriously got worse to a death.
I ain't no expert.
But I say
I
call Bushi.
Yeah, I'm no expert.
I call Bushi.
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna let the doctors. You know, we gonna let. I guess we have no choice but to let them slide.
They have no choice, man. Look at when you dealing with those people in them Fortune 500 companies. You dealing with cold-blooded killers. You dealing
sounds
with
that
murderers.
way.
You dealing with people. You dealing in another conspiracy because
What we here? We're in the. Let's talk about
well, yeah, another conspiracy that the people there were people who wanted the Federal Reserve to not happen, and a lot of those people boarded the Titanic, and the guy who invited everyone just so happened to change plans the day before.
Yo, listen.
So
the Titanic had passengers who were the big baller, big players, big decision makers,
and they were going against the Federal Reserve, which you see is now.
You know what? I didn't watch all of it, and I wish I would have. I think it was on CNN, maybe. Shout out to CNN. Yeah. It was a documentary though, where they had they had a documentary about I think it's called How It Really Happened. Yeah. And it was talking about the Titanic, but I happened to catch it. It was late at night. You know, I was dozing off, so I could have. I don't want to misdirect you. So, guys, y'all have to do y'all research too. When me and Novi Lee bring these conspiracy theories to the table, we're not giving it to you as run with this.
I ain't feeding you no
bullshit.
bullshit.
We're saying go do research, and if we're wrong, like Novi Lee said earlier, please let us know. Comment on the videos. Tell us and the rest of our listeners, what you've come across. But I wish I wouldn't have.
That's what the comment section for. Comment on the show and let us know if y'all agree with our conspiracies. If y'all know any conspiracies,
enlighten us, please do.
Or if y'all feel like we on to some shit, let us know that we on to some shit.
We can elaborate further. But I wish I had, because I think I heard him say something about, did the iceberg really exist? And it's because like they were talking about the thing that he would need to look was locked up in the captain's quarters somewhere, so there was no way for somebody to be looking through a thing and say, hey, there's an iceberg or whatever. It was a lot. So if you guys have a chance, check it out. And like I said, inform us, let us know what's going on. I'm gonna try to get back to that too. But yeah, so those conspiracies, man, they're flying left and right. This episode almost, because of those UFOs that I saw before we came up on the air, this episode almost was a complete conspiracy theories of the week.
So maybe one
so-
day, maybe one week we might come in here with a full conspiracy
Absolutely.
episode. Is
That's-
that what y'all want?
Absolutely. Let us know.
Let us
like we
know,
said,
man. Let
right
us
now,
know.
we're needing from our fans and our listeners, the best listeners in the world. We're needing more engagement from you. We want to make sure that we're not, on the wrong path if we're thinking something, not just in this segment,
And
but
we ain't gonna force
anything
feed
that
you
we
shit.
talk about here on Crocs and Socks, the pod. All right. You guys are a very important part of what we're doing here. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Shout out to anybody who's ever told somebody about Crocs and Socks, the podcast.
Now, if it's a
thank you.
Saturday morning and you listen to this
yeah.
over on Swell, man,
Yeah.
make sure y'all enjoy
I
yourself.
feel like the Swell listeners over there on Saturday mornings, I feel like they get up, you know what I'm saying, make them some breakfast, wakey, eggs, bakey,
Coffee.
you know what I mean, make the house still kind of sleep a little bit, but the Crocs and Socks listeners are up with their Crocs on and their socks on, maybe a bathrobe, maybe not, but they get their stuff together, have a good breakfast, they go over to Swell, you know what I mean, and they hit that link,
Yeah, man.
they hit play. And they listen to Crocs and Socks, the podcast. So Swell listeners, Saturday mornings, thank you. Sunday mornings, I'm thinking 9:00. They get up right before church.
Not
They
only
chill
that,
with us, hang out with us.
I'm thinking with how YouTube work, they able to put us in
Yeah, what you
they
say?
able to put us in their pocket.
Oh,
And listen to us for a little bit today, listen to us a little bit tomorrow, listen to us a little
Yeah.
bit the day after that. And I just love to be able to to connect with y'all
Yes,
and be able
man.
to keep y'all in tune. Because, I remember when I was working them 12s, I remember when I was working them 6s and them 7s, man. And it's nothing better than being able to let time fly by listening to people you rock with, man.
yeah.
So,
And Crocs and Socks
yeah,
listeners, man.
man.
Y'all, like I'm gonna say it one more time. Y'all the best listeners in the world. Let me ask you about something. I
Go
told you on a couple pods ago. I feel like the WNBA, not only because of Miss Caitlin Clark, but because of others, Angel Reese and others, and just the excitement around women's basketball right now. I felt like it was gonna take a leap. Did you see any of the opening games?
Oh man, yeah. It was. I love
What?
it, man.
Tell me what.
Man, I love what I'm seeing from Caitlin.
Yes.
Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
I love what I'm
Taking
seeing
it to the
from-
next level.
Yeah, man. I love what I'm seeing from Angel Reese too, and I'm seeing her having a lot of sass off the court so far. It's like, I slayed at
Okay.
Mandela, then I
Yeah.
slayed
Yeah.
her.
Okay. That's what I wanted to
I
ask you
seen
about. Okay.
that.
Oh. Hold on. We gotta get out.
seen
Did we get
that.
out of there? Did we get out of there?
It's cool.
Okay. Hey, we out of them. This ain't no conspiracies. We out of the conspiracy
they
theories of the
really,
week.
they really killing on the court.
They really killing it. Angel Reese, this is why I brought this up. People were questioning her, ridiculing her about she decided to go. They were playing New York while they were in the city. She had an invite to the Met Gala. She decided to dress up and go to the gala.
Oh yeah, and did her thing too.
Did
A
her
lot of
thing,
people
slayed
did
it,
their
killed
thing,
it.
too.
Shout out to her, for real. So after
That's an invite only.
come
affair.
on, 'cause
So to
it's-
be invited there is really
and
big.
those invites aren't guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Like every year. So this might have
They
been the
ain't
only
counting either.
chance. So she visited the Met Gala.
Yeah,
And then
man.
she visited, I'm guessing they play in Madison Square Garden as well.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
visited Madison Square Garden, and guess what?
She dominated.
She dominated. Came out with the win. Came out with the
Yeah,
dub.
I love
In the
that,
press
man.
conference after the game, they were already trying to edge her out, give her that hard time about going to the gala, then come to the game. Where was her? What matters to you, and all of this.
It
And she-
all matters.
and she-
It all matters.
Yes,
It
yes.
all matters.
I think her response
Because I like
was
that
amazing.
she's not. I like that she's not allowing them to bound her to the court.
Right.
I like that she's doing Vogue shoots. I like that she's going to the Met Gala. I like that she's exercising her right as a celebrity and as a
to the full extent. To the full extent.
For the
What she
full
deserves
extent.
to do.
Yeah, man. So that's really big, man. That's really
Shout out
big.
to ladies basketball. Shout out to Miss Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Anybody else who I haven't learned your name yet, I'm paying attention. I'm tuned in now, so I'm gonna be having a list of women basketball players that I can refer to. But y'all are killing it. Please keep it up. You are inspiring. I got daughters. You are inspiring the young ladies. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
For
I
sure.
heard just before we get out of sports. Is it Haney?
Yeah.
What happened with him? I saw his name pop up, but the story was in such. I didn't read
I'm,
everything.
I'm seeing him on Twitter, man. Hey, look at y'all celebrities gotta understand, man. People got opinions, and y'all can't be wanting to fight everybody. They want to come on there and say something about y'all, but
Is this
Devin
is
Haney-
this what that was?
Man, Devin Haney just called out Debo Samuel, Spartanburg's own, bro.
That's what I saw.
What's
First of
going
all,
on?
before
What
we
the
get
fuck
any
is
further
this?
into this, let's go ahead.
What
and shout
Debo
out,
do?
Shout out Debo. Shout out.
Shout out Debo Samuel.
Sparkle
bro.
City. Yeah, man. Listen, hold on. So he wants to fight a football player?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
No. We ain't getting into the specifics of who.
Did
We're not
Debo
doing that.
holler
We're
at
not. I know we're not doing that yet. I'm just talking about him as a professional boxer. He's riled up and he now wants to. Didn't he just lose?
Yeah.
And now he wants to fight a football player.
Man, look here, man.
All right, and now we're gonna go deeper, and we know what we know, where he's from, you know, all these things. So, and he wants to fight that football
Well,
player.
you seen that boxer fight? Well, you seen the Nate Robinson
That's
get
funny.
knocked out. So I guess niggas be thinking.
No. Nate Robinson ain't said a word since he got knocked out like that. When's the last time you heard from Nate Robinson?
So I'm guessing
He's not
niggas
saying that
thinking
because you know that he's not. The first thing you're gonna bring up is the fact that he got knocked out.
So I'm guessing
He
they
come on
thinking
any
these
platform.
ath-
The first question you go, you know.
So I'm guessing they thinking these athletes is easy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
man.
I mean, maybe it'll take something like this happening to see.
Well, I tell you what, I
To
know
see.
that
'Cause
boy.
we may be biased just a
I
bit.
know, I know one thing, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what somebody gonna say about you on the net, but you can't respond like that.
Yeah.
You
You
gotta be
can't
able-
react to like
can't
want to
react.
fight
Yeah,
everybody.
You can't want to fight everybody because you're going to end up fighting every day, man. But
Yeah.
hey, man, we want to thank y'all for watching.
Yeah,
and
man.
tuning
Thank y'all
in,
for
man.
tuning in. Listen, man, before we get out of here, though, I'm going to say it one more time because I don't feel like I can say it enough. You've been seeing some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with our numbers and things like that. And it ain't even about that. It's really because those numbers are people and y'all
And they're
care about
organic,
this.
man, and they
And
organic.
yes, and I just want to continue to find ways to thank y'all, to say thank y'all, because it means the world to us that you tune in over on Swell. Shout out to Swell Talk. If you haven't downloaded the app, make sure you do so today, okay? And then if you're over there watching us on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like, the YouTube algorithm is crazy. Not just for me. Is your YouTube algorithm crazy?
Off the wall.
But somehow, some way, these people end up watching Crocs and Socks, the podcast, on NOVI Lee TV each and every Sunday and throughout the week. So we want to say one more time, thank you to the best listeners in the world. We're gonna get out of here. Don't worry, we'll be back next week and everything will be here right here for you because
sir.
it doesn't take long. Usually it feels like soon as we get off the air.
Some fuck shit.
Like, as
happened.
soon as we get off the air, it happens. But don't worry, next week we will definitely be bringing it to you guys.
Hey,
Man,
and if we missed anything, comment and let us know. We'll bring that shit up next week.
listen,
man.
if y'all don't start commenting, Novi Lee is gonna be very,
For real, man.
very
'Cause
upset. All right,
Look at me,
all right.
y'all on that clock. Y'all getting in that bag. Y'all going to work. Turn us up. Put
Turn
your
us up.
headphones
Turn
in,
us up.
and make sure y'all remember this is for.
No.
How you gonna do
We
it
ain't gonna
this
do it
time?
like that. We ain't gonna do it like that.
Oh, how we gonna
This
do it?
how we
this
gonna
time?
do it. This how we gonna do it. We're gonna slow it down.
Let's go slow down.
We're gonna slow it down, and we're gonna let them know that this right here is
It's
for
for
the
the
creators.
Ass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that
Crocs
up
and
the
Socks,
score with him.
the
Walking
best
down
listeners in the
hometown, I know
world.
you got some hoe in him, pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in
Shout out
love,
to the Crocs and
just
Socks
make sure you
listeners,
hide
man.
your
We
little
outta here.
sister from
We
him.
outta here,
Yeah.
baby.
They tell me
Let's
Trail's
go.
the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophile.